Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another complete Auto World series video. These are always fun to do because once I finally complete an Auto World series, we go ahead and take a look at all the regular cars and the Ultra Reds. And for this one, we actually get to look at a couple of Raws because I do have a couple of Ultra Raws in this series, which is pretty fantastic. So this was the last piece I needed to complete this series. As you probably can tell by the title, this is Premium Release 4 from Auto World for 2018. So, yep, we are at the end of 2020. This came out at the end of 2018. So it did take me quite a bit of time to go ahead and complete this series. And we'll go over it. It's a nice series of cars. It definitely is a really nice series of cars. We're going to open up, of course, this Ultra Red Pontiac Firebird from the release as we get to that car. But we're going to start in order of, I think these are the order of the numbers that these cars were in the series. So, of course, there's 6 cars in the series. And we're going to start with this one right here. This is the 1975 Buick Estate Wagon. This was limited to 4,800 pieces for both version A and version B. This is the version A car in sand beige. And it's a pretty nice looking casting. Everybody digs wagons, right? At least a lot of people do. I think the front end on here could use a little bit of like that wash to give it a dark look inside of the grille. But other than that, this thing looks fantastic. The wood grain is excellent. The simulated wood grain. It's kind of even hard to tell on camera because it's very high res. And it just looks really, really good. So I dig this casting. Sand beige is kind of a bland color, but I think it looks really good with the wood grain. So that was version A. And then version B was this one here in Arctic White. And Arctic White looks pretty decent too. I think I definitely prefer the beige version. But there's your version A and B of the 75 Buick. And then, of course, we have the Ultra Red. So here's the Ultra Red. Looking pretty good. So the Ultra Red traits for this release. You're going to have an Ultra Red painted body, of course, which we always have pretty much. And then you're also going to have Ultra Red painted rims, which is an interesting one. And then white tires. The other thing is they do go after the version B releases, so that they have the traits of the version B car, which actually is why this one has a red interior. As you can see, the version B car has a red interior. I wonder if the plates are different too. Sometimes they are. It says Holiday on there. And Vacation. So Vacation, Holiday. So this one, the Ultra Red, should have Holiday, right? And of course the hood opens on these castings as well. This one opens the easiest. So just take a quick peek at that. You can't really look in there because that's as far as it opens. But pretty cool nonetheless from Auto World. Also, as a little treat here, I've also got the Ultra Raw. Both the Ultra Raws I'm going to show you from the series that I have were given to me from my buddy Suresh, who actually found them in the wild, which is just absolute insanity. But look at this beauty. Just fantastic. I believe he's the one that found the Ultra Red and the Raw actually for me at the same store at the same time. Can you imagine that score? And what a nice guy to actually give it to me. Just crazy. So that's fantastic. So that's your first car. The second car in the series is this here. This is the 62 Chevy Impala. These were each limited to 4,128 pieces. Now, the reason why the numbers are different is because a lot of these castings were available in what they call straight packs to hobby dealers. They really get like cases of 6 cars of the individual cars if they wanted to carry them that way, instead of carrying the whole sets. Looks like this one's got a little bit of a wheel issue on it. Wheel rocks. Anyway, so here's this one in ermine white, and so it's 4,128 instead of 4,800 pieces like the wagon. So So this was available in straight packs to hobby dealers, but not as many were made. So that's kind of an interesting fact about the Auto World releases. Not every single car in the same release is going to have the same production number, which is kind of an interesting way to do things. So here's version A in ermine white, red interior. Looks pretty good. The convertible version of the casting. There's also a hardtop version of this casting. And then version B is in twilight turquoise. That turquoise interior. It looks good. So looking at these two cars, and from what I told you before, you should be able to kind of predict what the Ultra Red's going to look like, right? It's going to have the traits of version B, so it should have that weird turquoise interior, right? And then white tires, Ultra Red body, Ultra Red rims, and then the plate is going to match. Sometimes they change the plates between version A and version B. See, this one says top down. This one says, I can't read that. What does that say? 283 S&C, something like that. Anyway, here is the Ultra Red. Focus. So, just as we had said, Ultra Red rims, white tires, Ultra Red body. You get the interior from the version B car, and you'll have the plate from the version B car as well. And that's your Ultra Red. Oh yeah, Ultra Reds. By the way, this was limited to 288 pieces. This particular one's limited to about probably 247 pieces. Of course, the Ultra Raws that we look at are limited to only 10 pieces. But I'll try to give you an idea of how limited these cars are as we go. All right, so the next one is definitely a fan favorite. It is the GT40 in Golf livery, in a licensed Golf livery. The first time that this car came out in like a Golf sort of livery, it should be noted that it was not licensed as Golf. It just came out in blue and orange. I hoarded this when it came out, and I'm glad I did. This is limited to, they knew it was going to be a popular one, but so it's limited to 4,728 pieces for each version A and version B. So this is the version A, of course, in Golf with the number 40. You got Golf logos and the classic Golf colors. Fantastic casting from Auto World with inserted details for the headlights. And just a really cool casting. Anytime this comes out, it's a hit. And then version B, you have with the number 12 in the dark blue Golf livery. And this thing looks fantastic as well. Love the way the wheels look on this with the yellow line, yellow Firestone. So again, both of these are limited to 4,728 pieces each, and then you get the Ultra Red. So the Ultra Red, of course, is going to have the number 12 on it. It's going to have the livery from the version B, and of course the Ultra Red rims, the white tires, and just actually a fantastic looking chase car. I'm not a huge fan of the white tires. I've already said that in plenty of videos, right? This, however, I think looks pretty awesome even with those white tires on there. But so there you go. There's your chase car. So that makes the chase car limited to 282. So there's like 282 pieces of these out there. All right. Pretty nifty. All right, next up is the Mustang Mach I. Another casting that is quite a favored casting among Auto World collectors is the Mach I. And it is a great casting. I love it. I'm a huge fan of it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And it looks great in this color, which is medium blue poly. These were limited to 3,984 pieces each version. So this is version A, your medium blue poly, and then we get it in version B in bright lime. And this is a very bright color. Looks pretty good. Looks decent. It's not the color I would choose if I were to have to pick between the two to actually drive around for real. I'd love this blue color. It looks awesome. But pretty darn cool looking color for this car. All right, so let's see here. So what's the Ultra Red going to look like? It's going to look like the version B car, so it should have the black on the hood, right? It's going to be one of the cues. And here is the Ultra Red. There you go, right there. And the Ultra Red is limited to 238 pieces, approximately, is my guess, based on the math. Ultra Red rims, white tires, Ultra Red body, version B traits. Opening hood that some reason doesn't want to shut quite all the way. I know that's fixable, and I may play with that and get that to shut all the way. But I opened this up a while ago, and I think I intended on fixing that, but I just never got around to it. But yeah, the hood springs up a little bit. And usually that's from something kind of sticking up inside the hood here. Something with that motor. Ooh, actually, it might be a little piece of flashing. That's what it looks like. Do we dare try to fix that right here on camera? What is that? Oh, it's just a little piece of metal. Oh. Still doesn't shut. Well, that'll be investigated further. But we do have the Ultra Raw. So that's 1 of 10. And again, my buddy Suresh found that and gave it to me. So, what a super dude. Responsible for the majority of Raws in my collection, right? Well, 2 of them anyway. Of the few that I have. So yeah, Ultra Raw traits, if you didn't get it, are also the version B car. And then it's got raw, a raw body, obviously, the white tires. And then it has like the raw color. So it looks like a Zamac color for the rims. So that's why it doesn't have like chrome rims. And I think this one looks absolutely fantastic. It's just really cool looking. So 1 of 10. 1 of 10 for that. All right. Next is the Cadillac. Actually, number 5 in the series really was the Firebird, but we're going to do that one last since we're opening up an Ultra Red for that one. But here is number 6 then. The 1976 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. These are limited to 4,680 pieces. And this is the one in sable black. It's a pretty good looking caddy. Blue interior. Like little red line accents on both the hood and the trunk. Hood does open on this casting, but that's about as far as you're going to be able to get it. There is a detailed motor under there, but not much to look at because it just doesn't open that far. Gold lip or lined tires, which looks kind of cool. Maybe we could zoom in on that a little bit. Is that worth it? So yeah, you go that gold line. So that's pretty cool. And then so that's your version A, and then version B is in Cotillion white. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Cotillion white. Also with red accents and a red vinyl top there, which looks pretty cool. Also with the gold line tires. That's a pretty good looking caddy right there. And then of course the Ultra Red. So we're going to get the Ultra Red rims. We're going to get the white tires. We're going to get the interior from the version A. And then we'll probably get that top too, right? So there it is. And this makes the Ultra Red. So those being limited to, these are 4,680. That would make this limited to approximately like 280 pieces. So you get the white interior, of course, from the other version. You get that red top, so that's not in Ultra Red. And then Ultra Red body, and of course the red rims and the white tires. I think the red rims thing kind of looks cool. That was one cool thing about these Ultra Reds I thought was neat. And you could do that, it would still look cool, even if you did the black tires. But there you have it. So there's that Ultra Red Cadillac. And then lastly, the Firebird. All right, this is a sweet release of this Firebird. This is the 69 Pontiac Firebird. It's actually the most limited. This is probably why this took me a little bit longer to get. This is the most limited car in the series at 3,456 pieces per version. This is the first one in Carousel Red, which is really like an orange red. To me, it looks orange. But just an excellent version of this casting. It's fantastic looking. It's lovely. I like it a lot. I like this casting a lot. I'm a Firebird fan, so you guys know that I like this casting a lot. Now, the hood's kind of stuck closed on this one, so I'm not going to bother. I just don't want to mess with it. But yeah, beautiful version of this car. And then an even better looking one, really, is this one. The version B in Verdoro green poly with a black top. That color is just appropriate for this car. It looks great. Can we open the hood on this one? Try to get it open. No, I can't get it. The hood does open. I just don't want to bother with it. If it's tight, I'm just going to leave it. And then this one gets like a tan interior. So that's what we should see in the Ultra Red, right? Just a great, fantastic set of Firebirds right here. These look great. And those are definitely, you know, the GT40 is awesome, but this is my favorite part of the series. And then, of course, the Ultra Red. So it is time to free the piece finally on this Ultra Red that took me a long time to get. Here it is in the packaging. And let's go ahead and free it. I'm going to save our handy dandy box. And there she is. Sweet. Just happy to check it off. It's fantastic finally to get this release in the books for Auto World. Super cool. All right, so this one, of course, again, version B traits. It has the tan interior. It's got the white tires, it's got the red rims, and it's got the Ultra Red body. And that's what all of the cars in the series are. So that's the thing, really, honestly, and I don't know how many times I can explain it, but it really trips people up when collecting Auto World is they don't understand, and Johnny Lightning, White Lightnings, for that instance. They don't understand that just because something is an Ultra Red in one release doesn't mean they're going to have those same traits for the next release. They try to change it up and swap it around for different releases. So that's why chases look not always the same. So that's why you're not always going to have white tires on an Ultra Red, thankfully. In fact, most often you will not. But yeah, in the recent releases, they are white, so look out for that. But yeah. So there you go, and there you have it. That is the final for 2018 Premium Release 4 from Auto World. A fantastic series. I'm glad to finally check it off the list. And just a solid series. Really cool to have two Ultra Raws from the same series as well. So that's kind of a neat thing too. I don't think I highly doubt anyway that I'll ever complete a full 6-car series of all Ultra Raws. It's just they're way too expensive to try to acquire. But so the few that I have, I got really lucky to get, and at either really good buddy prices or as gifts or as really good buddy trades or whatever. So there you have it. All right, so thank you guys for watching another series of this. As I said, as I complete these series, and sometimes it takes years, I go ahead and make a video showcasing the entire series because it's just nice to document it. And then if you go back in the Auto World playlist, you will see, all of my other Auto World related videos, of course, that are dominant to Auto World. And then you will also see all the other completed release videos that I've done, which I've done quite a few of them. So if you're new and you're just checking this out now, definitely check out that playlist if you enjoy Auto World. And, I do the same sort of thing. I explain the traits of the Ultra Reds, all that stuff for the series, and try to make it as entertaining and as sort of Auto World educational as possible. All right, you guys, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have yourself a good day.